Hi everybody, welcome to week 3 of INF330 Library Services for Children and Young Adults. So in the past couple of weeks we've had one module per week. This week is module 3 and this is actually stretched over 2 weeks. So there's quite a lot of reading and there's some videos and things for you to watch and some chances for you to contribute to the forums as well. And so there's quite a lot of stuff there, so we recognise that it might take you a couple of weeks to get through it, so that's the amount of time we've devoted to this particular module. So just work your way halfway through one time for this week, and then the next week you've got the whole week to catch up. So this week we're looking at some of the way we can meet the needs of various user groups. So basically what we've done is we've split the module up into sort of types of users. So broad, quite general classifications of types of users. So we've got content in there about kids with special needs, and this is all about how libraries can respond to the needs of these particular people. So we've got kids with special needs. There's something in there about a toy library for kids with disabilities, which was my very first library job, was working in a toy library for kids with disabilities. That was excellent. So that's really nice that you get a chance to have a look at some of that. We look at library services to young adults, kids who are linguistically diverse, so English may not be their first language. Cultural diversity as well comes into that, so kids who are the children of migrants or are migrants themselves, refugees, all those different types of culturally and linguistic diverse kids that we might need to work with in our libraries. There's some content in there about libraries working with LGBTQI young people, which is really important. And there's also content in there about libraries working with homeless people. Now, when you think about homeless people, certainly the public face of homelessness is not children. But I read a statistic the other day, and I'll try and dig it up, that said that the average age of homeless people in Australia is 9 years old. So I was really surprised to read that because, you know, if you live in a big city like I do, the face of homelessness is old people or older people. Sometimes young people, maybe in their 20s or late teens perhaps, but not 9. I was really surprised to find that was the average age of homeless people in Australia. So libraries may have a role in providing services or catering to the needs of young people and children who are homeless. So this week will give you some ideas on that. And then we're also looking at some of the trends in the future about like dealing with working with people from these types of communities. So that's it for the next couple of weeks. So read through all the content work, get into the forums and give us your thoughts about what you've been reading, what's important to you, respond to the prompts, or just write down a bit of reflective writing about what you're thinking about when you're reading through the work this week. The other thing you need to start thinking about is the first assessment is due on the 29th of March, so today's the 18th, so you've got 11 days. So you might want to be working on that now. You should also be, in fact I'll go and have a look, see if anyone's done it, adding in your blog URL to this one here, professional development blogs. Okay, no one's in there. Someone's got to get in there and be the first one. You need to post your URL for your blog in there because that's what the first assessment is based on. So yep, by the 29th of March, we'll need to see that you've put together a blog and that you have your first post in there, and that is your first assessment done. And of course, we have information about that back in the announcements. We talked about it here in the online meeting. So that is where you will learn about the first assessment. If you haven't already got your head around it, that's where you need to go, and you should be working on it this week. So I think I'll leave it there for now. So you've got 2 weeks to read through this module. You should be working on the assignment, the assessment, and if you have any questions at all, of course, have a listen to this, and that will help you with the assessment. Otherwise, send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope you enjoy the week. Thanks guys. See ya.